Rise above, turning everyday struggles into strength. Keynote 1: Struggles are silent teachers. Everyday challenges, whether academic, professional, or personal, carry hidden lessons. Instead of viewing obstacles as barriers, we must recognize them as opportunities for self-discovery and resilience. Struggles train the mind to think critically, the heart to endure, and the spirit to remain unbroken. Keynote 2: The power of transformation through discipline. Strength is not found in comfort zones but in persistence during difficulties. Discipline and consistent effort turn ordinary pain into extraordinary progress. By developing habits of patience, problem-solving, and focus, struggles evolve into stepping stones for growth. Keynote 3: Rising above creates inner and outer impact. When we learn to rise above daily struggles, we do more than uplift ourselves, we inspire others. Strength gained from hardship enables us to lead, support, and guide those facing similar challenges. True growth is not only surviving difficulties but transforming them into fuel for a purposeful life. Keynote 1: Struggles are silent teachers. Everyday struggles may appear small, yet they carry the weight of some of life's most profound lessons. Often, we wish for a life free of hardship, thinking that comfort will bring us happiness. But if we look closely at the journey of growth, we realize that struggles are not punishments, they are silent teachers, guiding us toward becoming stronger, wiser, and more resilient individuals. When a student prepares for an exam, the long nights of study, the stress of memorizing concepts, and the fear of failure feel like heavy burdens. But within those moments of difficulty lies a hidden teacher: discipline. Without the struggle of preparation, knowledge would not root itself firmly in the mind. Similarly, in professional life, missed opportunities or challenges at work seem discouraging, but they nurture adaptability and problem-solving skills. Life, in its quiet way, uses these struggles to teach lessons that no classroom lecture could ever fully explain. One of the greatest truths about struggles is that they are equalizers. Everyone, regardless of status or background, faces challenges. The difference lies not in the existence of hardship but in how we respond to it. Some see struggles as walls too high to climb, while others view them as ladders leading to growth. This shift in perception transforms a heavy burden into a silent tutor. For instance, a person facing financial difficulty may develop resourcefulness and creativity in ways that someone living in constant comfort never experiences. Thus, the very situation that seems painful becomes a classroom for learning resilience. Struggles also sharpen self-awareness. When everything flows smoothly, we rarely question our values, abilities, or purpose. It is in moments of difficulty that we are forced to confront ourselves honestly. Who am I when things don't go my way? Do I give up easily, or do I persist? Am I defined by my failures, or do I use them to redefine my strength? These questions, born in times of struggle, reveal our true character. The silent teacher of hardship demands honesty, and in answering, we discover parts of ourselves we never knew existed. Moreover, struggles cultivate empathy. When we experience pain, we learn to understand the pain of others. A person who has battled illness develops compassion for those who suffer. Someone who has endured rejection becomes more kind to those feeling left out. Struggles, while teaching us resilience, also remind us of our shared humanity. They show us that strength is not only about enduring our challenges but also about extending a helping hand to others in theirs. If we pay attention, we see that struggles follow a rhythm: they test, they teach, and they transform. Keynote 2: The power of transformation through discipline. Strength is not discovered in moments of ease, it is forged in the furnace of struggle. Yet, struggle alone is not enough to transform us. What truly turns hardship into strength is discipline, the steady force that shapes pain into progress and transforms setbacks into stepping stones. Discipline acts as the bridge between challenge and growth, between the life we endure and the life we aspire to build. When difficulty strikes, our natural instinct is often to retreat, to seek comfort, to delay the effort required to push through. But discipline calls us back to persistence. It whispers that showing up, even in small ways, matters more than waiting for the perfect moment. Consider the student who feels overwhelmed by an exam syllabus. Without discipline, panic leads to procrastination, and the struggle remains a burden. With discipline, however, the student breaks the work into smaller, manageable pieces and commits to daily study. Gradually, the mountain of difficulty shrinks, replaced by a steady climb toward success. Discipline transforms struggle by reframing how we experience it. Pain, when met with discipline, becomes training. Delays, when met with discipline, become lessons in patience. Failures, when met with discipline, become maps for improvement. Every disciplined act, whether it is waking up early, practicing consistently, or controlling impulses, chips away at weakness and builds the architecture of inner strength. Without discipline, struggles remain raw and unshaped. With discipline, they become meaningful stepping stones to greatness. Another profound effect of discipline is consistency. Success is rarely the result of a single grand effort, it is the accumulation of small, disciplined choices made over time. Imagine a craftsman shaping wood into a masterpiece. Each stroke of the tool seems small, almost insignificant, yet the repeated, disciplined actions produce something remarkable. In the same way, everyday struggles, if met with consistency, produce a life refined and resilient. Moreover, discipline teaches us responsibility for our own growth. We often wait for external forces, motivation from others, support from circumstances, or the removal of obstacles to help us rise. But discipline does not rely on externalities, it is an inner decision. It is choosing to move forward even when motivation fades. This self-reliance is what makes discipline powerful. It ensures that no matter how unpredictable the world becomes, we carry within us the capacity to endure and transform. It is important to note that discipline does not eliminate struggle. Instead, it equips us to face it with clarity and strength. Keynote 3: Rising Above creates inner and outer impact. When we learn to rise above our struggles, the transformation is not confined to our own lives. The strength we gain radiates outward, shaping the lives of those around us. Struggles are deeply personal, yet their lessons carry universal value. Overcoming them allows us not only to stand taller within ourselves but also to become a source of inspiration, guidance, and hope for others. The first impact of rising above struggles is internal. We begin to see ourselves differently. A person who has endured hardship and overcome it walks with quiet confidence. Challenges that once seemed overwhelming no longer carry the same power, because the mind and heart have been trained to endure. This internal transformation builds resilience, courage, and a sense of self-worth that cannot be shaken by temporary setbacks. It is the kind of inner strength that becomes a lifelong companion. But the story does not end within. Our growth naturally extends outward. When others witness someone rise above struggles, it sparks belief that they too can persevere. A student who has overcome failure may encourage classmates who are struggling. A parent who rises above financial hardship inspires children to value hard work and perseverance. An individual who conquers personal fears can light the way for others drowning in self-doubt. In this way, our private victories create public ripples of encouragement. Rising above struggles also positions us to serve others more effectively. Strength is not meant to be hoarded, it is meant to be shared. The empathy gained through hardship makes us more compassionate leaders, more understanding friends, and more supportive family members. We become capable not only of surviving life's challenges but also of helping others navigate theirs. The lessons carved into us by our struggles become tools we can pass on to others. Ultimately, rising above is about creating impact on two levels: the inner self, where resilience and self-belief are solidified, and the outer world, where inspiration and guidance are offered freely. This dual impact ensures that struggles are never wasted. Each difficulty we overcome becomes a story of strength that educates, empowers, and uplifts those around us. Rising above, then, is not only a personal victory, it is a gift to the world. By turning everyday struggles into strength, we become living proof that hardship can be transformed into hope. Conclusion: Life, at its core, is not defined by the absence of struggle but by the way we respond to it. Every hardship, whether small or overwhelming, carries within it a lesson waiting to be discovered. Struggles are silent teachers, discipline is the power that transforms them, and rising above them creates an impact that stretches far beyond ourselves. When we choose to face struggles with courage, to meet them with discipline, and to rise above them with purpose, we unlock a strength that cannot be taken away. That strength shapes our character, builds our resilience, and empowers us to inspire others along their own journeys. The path of growth is not smooth, but it is meaningful. Each challenge endured becomes a step toward wisdom. Each setback faced with persistence becomes a foundation for success. And each victory over hardship becomes a light for others walking through darkness. So, let us not wish for a life without struggles. Instead, let us embrace them, rise above them, and allow them to turn us into stronger, wiser, and more compassionate human beings. For it is through struggle that we discover our strength, through discipline that we shape it, and through rising above that we share it with the world. Rise above and let your struggles become your strength.